Hi guys, I feel ashamed. I feel like I really abandoned you when I thought I was gonna be not abandoning you, but it happened and I'm here to fess up. I did abandon my YouTube channel for a few months. Now I've got my reasons. Do I really need to bore you with my reasons? This is me, 2025, sticking to my word that I'm going to be way better about putting my YouTube channel first. My biggest issue with YouTube is that I always feel like right now is not the perfect time to start filming, and there's always going to be something. Like Amelia sleeping right now, if she wakes up during the middle of this, it will not be good for either of us. But I'm like, you know what? If it happens, it happens, and I just gotta try my best. So today we're starting off nice and easy. We're gonna work our way in with a little Q&A. You guys sent me some questions, and I'm gonna answer them while I get ready for the day. So that will be very cozy, and I think first I need to make myself a coffee solely just for the vibes. Okay, so I'm gonna go do that, and then I'll be right back, and then we'll get ready together. The latte art did not slay today. Great. Before I begin blabbing about myself, I really do want to ask and know, how are you guys doing? I feel like my YouTube community, because it really does feel like a community, I feel like you guys know me the most out of like anyone that follows me on any of my platforms. If you've been watching my YouTube channel for a while, I feel like you just get me the most. So how are you guys doing? I hope you guys had a great holiday season. I know it can be a stressful time, a sad time, a great time. Lots of different things happening depending on what season of life you're in, but I hope you had an overall good experience. We did do Christmas dinner at my house and it was so cozy. But one of the things that I'm really looking forward to, moving in the next few months to the house we're renovating, is I'm excited to have a little bit of a larger space to host my friends and family, because while this house does have room to host, just my table alone can only fit like 6 people. So I'm excited to get like a big dining table and just get to have tons of people over. That's like one of the things that I'm most excited about. We'll get more into the house situation later in the video. I'm sure there's some questions about that. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's start with a sweet one. Someone asked, what 3 aspects of your life are you the most thankful for? I am, number 1, most thankful for my faith in God. I feel like I would be so lost without my faith, and I'm just very thankful that I have been grounded in my faith for so many years now. And of course, there's different seasons of life where I feel like I'm able to spend more intentional time with God, and like this past 8-9 months, especially since I've had Amelia, I feel like that's definitely something in my life that I have been lacking and like missing, is that intentional time, like sitting and reading my Bible in the morning. But when you have a baby, your whole life gets flipped upside down, and so does like your morning routine. So that's something that is a big goal for me in the new year, is to finish the Bible plan that I started, because I started reading through this plan, like to read the Bible in a year, and that completely got put on pause when I had Amelia. But anyways, I am so thankful for my faith in God. It's like the center of my whole life, so I have to say that's what I am the most grateful for. I'm gonna put Marcus and my kids into one category, and like my mom and dad and my family being around me, that has to be just one category, because I'm just gonna say family is the other thing that I'm just so thankful for. He's actually out with James right now. They're at Monster Jam in Nashville right now. This is hard to pick 3 things that you're most thankful for, but right now, I would say I'm so thankful for my job. I think that this job is such a privilege, and I'm so lucky that I've been able to do social media as my career. I think I've been doing social media for 10 years now. Maybe 9, I don't know, but 10. because I'm 29 and I started when I was 19. And it's just very exciting that there are a lot of different opportunities that come from doing social media, like getting to write my book and getting to travel different places and be able to just share things that I genuinely am obsessed with. I could not ask for anything better. It's the best job. Someone asked, how is your house always clean while having 2 kids and having a busy life? Now, this is something that you have to remember. Social media is just like such a small snippet of people's life, and my house is not always clean. Let me just set the record straight. This brush is disgusting. One moment. My house is not always clean, and that's just a fact, but I am a clean freak, and this is also a blessing and a curse because I hate that I can't function like with a mess. You know, like I cannot move on to a new task when my house is a wreck. And so my key to keeping my house clean a lot of the time, because again, my house is not clean at all times, is to do a nightly tidy routine. I stand by my nightly tidy routine like I stand by my husband. I will not go to bed with my house a mess because I know that in the morning I'm gonna have to tackle that mess, and it just starts me off in a bad headspace. And so every single night we pick up all the kids' toys. Marcus does all of the dishes and runs the dishwasher so that I can just unload them in the morning, and then it can be clean and empty for a new day. And then I do a quick vacuum sesh at nighttime, and then I wake up and my house is super clean, super tidy, and ready to take on the day. And then when I put Amelia down for her nap in the morning, I do another tidy of just like any clothes or toys that are out. But when it comes to like pet hair, I mean, we have 2 dogs and a cat with very long hair, and that's why I don't even like to share my vacuum routine, because people think I'm psychotic. But I literally vacuum probably 2 to 3 times a day. Minimum. This is the longest laundry song of all time. Like excessively long. Okay, I'm getting a lot of questions about just my plans for YouTube in general. So I kind of talked about this a little bit in the beginning of this video. By the way, I'm using the Rhode Pocket Blush in Freckle, and this is like the cutest little blush ever, and I love this color. Let me be just completely honest here. Oh my gosh, the freaking laundry machine loves to sing its little song. I was definitely at a crossroads of, do I want to continue with my YouTube channel? And I had to take a real hard look in the mirror and say, Kristen, what do you have the capacity for? Because at this point, I'm obviously doing Instagram. I do TikTok sometimes. A lot of my time is taken up with the podcast. And I'm also a full-time mom, and I'm trying to be the best of the best that I can possibly be. So I had to take a look in the mirror and be like, do you love YouTube? What could change about the way that you do YouTube to make it like a little bit of a more attainable goal? I am hiring a YouTube editor, and I have said this so many times, and I'm so flippin' annoying because I never follow through, because I get too scared, and I guess I'm just a control freak when it comes to editing my own videos. It feels like a really personal thing. Pretty much every single person that I know that does YouTube has an editor, and it's just really something that I need to let go of if I really want to continue to be able to just be creative and do the fun part of making videos, because the not so fun part for me is editing, and it's like very daunting, and it's a huge reason why I feel like I don't film, because I'm like, well, then I'm gonna have to take an entire day away from my kids to edit the video and blah blah blah. So I had to say to myself, Kristen, are you going to let go of 10 years of work that you've done on YouTube and let that huge part of your audience down and just close down your channel because it just isn't something you have the capacity for? Or are you gonna outsource the hardest part of it and the part that you dread the most and just get a flippin' editor? And I said, I'm gonna get an editor. I'm sure there's gonna be times that I do edit my own videos, but I think for the most part, I am gonna have our friend good friend Derek edit my videos, and that's gonna be something that is gonna be very helpful for me. Okay, I'll just say it now. Most of the questions are questions about our house situation, which I understand. I never feel annoyed by house questions because I know that we've had the most confusing house situation of all time. So I completely understand when people are like, I'm so sorry, but I have no idea where the flip you're living. And you know what? I guess we've just done that to ourselves because we've had such a confusing situation. So I'll briefly tell you guys now so that you can be caught up. Where do I even begin? The house that we were renovating that I showed a bunch of content about, you know, the house with like the big windows in the living room, and we bought it when we first moved here and we were so excited. That house is sold. We no longer own that house. We had a fraudulent contractor, long story short, ruin the structural integrity of the house. We ended up having to sell it just at the cost of the land. But you know what? You live and you learn. It's not something I dwell on anymore because I've truly just like moved on, because that was something that was affecting my life for such a long time, and I just had to say, letting go. Then we had bought this house that we're living in right now with our friends Stevie and Suzanne. Stevie and Suzanne ended up moving to Franklin, so it was perfect timing because we wanted to continue living in this house and they wanted to buy a house. So we actually bought this house from them. So now we fully own this house, and we hope to just like have it in our family forever because we love this property. And then we bought land once we had sold the house that got demolished so that we could hopefully build our dream house in who knows how long, 5-10 years. That's like our long-term plan. But in the meantime, there is a historic 1800s farmhouse on the land that we bought, and we have been renovating that for the past year. So we are hoping to move into that farmhouse in the next few months. I haven't shared a drip or a drop of content about it because I'm just like so scarred from our previous renovation that absolutely went wrong. And so I've just kind of wanted to keep it private while it's happening because I'm just traumatized, literally. So my hope was that it would just all go great and then I could share content when it was finished. And I'll of course share the befores and afters. I'm here to spoil the surprise. It has gone incredibly. It's like been a very healing experience for both Marcus and I because we've gotten to design a house that we love so much and make it home, and it's actually been a great smooth process, which was the opposite of our previous renovation. So we are hoping to move into that house probably like, I don't know, I'm just gonna say a few months because we don't have a definite move-in date. And then we are going to rent the house that we're currently in to some of our friends. So that is our current home plan. I hope that that makes sense. And I hope that soon I feel brave enough to share about the renovation of the 1800s house. That is just the cutest little house I've ever seen. And honestly, it is bigger than the house that we're currently in. And I was telling Marcus, I was like, is it crazy if I just feel like this could be our forever home and then we like never have to build a house from scratch until we like are old and retired and our kids are grown up? Like, I don't know. I just love this house so much that we renovated, and I feel so excited and lucky to get to move in. It's just like full of so much charm, so much character. Obviously, it's like 200 years old, so it has lots of quirks, but we've renovated it in a way that we've just made a super historic home livable and makes sense, but also kept lots of its charm. So I'm so excited to show you guys. I think that's something that I've learned doing social media for so many years now, is that you have a choice to share what you share. Like, you can choose to share, like I could have been sharing throughout this whole farmhouse renovation from start to finish, but I was like, you know what? I know that this is gonna stress me out more than it's gonna just like make sense for me to show it. So I'm gonna wait till the end and then share about it once I'm ready. And I feel like that's such a great boundary that I have set for myself, because I feel like I just used to share everything in real time, and that put me in situations that really stressed me out, like the situation with the house from heck. I was getting hundreds of questions about that house and like what was happening with it every single week. And that was just causing more and more stress on top of like already all of the craziness we were going through. So I definitely learned that the hard way. Like, hey, you have a choice to choose what and when you share things. And, you know, people will be ready to receive the news and the content whenever I am. Well, I'm pretty much done with my makeup. Maybe we'll do one more question. We'll end with an easy one. Someone asked, would I ever chop my hair? Great question. And I think you all probably know the answer is no. But this year, I do want to do something with my hair. I've actually been feeling like very annoyed at my hair lately, and I think it's because I had like a little bit of postpartum hair loss, like at the very front, like framing my face. I feel like that's where a lot of people get it. It wasn't anything crazy, but now it's growing back and it is driving me nuts. I don't know if you can tell, but there's just like this fuzzy like hairline situation, and I feel like it's making my hair lay so weird. And so even if I have like a ponytail in or my hair down or my hair curled, just always looks kind of strange. I don't know. I hope that you guys enjoyed this first YouTube video back. 2025, we're ready for a new start, a new fresh start on YouTube, and I'm very happy that you guys are still here, and I hope that you're still enjoying YouTube. And even if no one's out there, I have made a commitment. Once a week on YouTube, I'm gonna be here. If you would like to see more videos, please subscribe. Don't forget to thumbs up this video. I don't even know if that does anything anymore, but it's the tradition to just say, give this video a thumbs up. And if you want to find me on my other social media platforms, you can listen to our podcast at That's the Point on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere that you would listen to a podcast. And then you can also find me on Instagram at Kristen Johns. If you want to see some unhinged content, head over to my TikTok at Kristen Johns with 2 S's. And I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.